back to the show. Joey Fingers.
Hi.
Will, not so much homeless anymore.
Well, now you're being nice to me. Thanks.
He has a home. It's a Transit Music Club.
Anyway. Cheap Pop, plug, whatever, and Scott Mars. He's WNY Wrestling Fanatics.
Yep.
Or Independent Wrestling Fanatics.
Indie Wrestling Fanatics on Facebook.
On
Get it
Facebook.
right, Russ.
Be sure to follow. That's why I asked.
You bastard.
With a chair.
You follow the page, you bastard.
I do.
That's okay. Half the time I don't remember the name of it either.
He doesn't remember who we are sometimes. It's okay.
It's okay.
He says the open palm. It's weird. I don't know.
The open palm. Amazing.
I'm gonna kick you in the ankle.
Amazing.
Anyway, we're seeing possibly the TV wars rekindled. Only
Beginning
it's
of
on
the new wars.
the beginning of the new wars, maybe, kind of, sort of.
It's what everybody
It's more
wanted.
like the beginning of the battles. It's not really a war. 'Cause you're not setting up your flagship against the new guys. You're setting up your low card.
Yeah, but not what we think, though. It's not going to be Raw. It's not going to be SmackDown. NXT is moving to USA Network to go head-to-head with AEW's Wednesday Night Dynamite.
Terrible name.
Yeah, well, they all can't be winners. But it's I don't know. What do we thinking? Start over here to the left. We'll go Beyonce to the left.
Beyonce.
It's just a song.
That was great.
More like Jay-Z, but
That
still.
was great.
Anyway, I don't know. I guess we're gonna see what's gonna happen. If TNA can survive as a weekly show, not on the network.
TNA.
I'm sorry, NXT. It's one of those mornings. Coffee. But to see if they can survive on USA, doing what they do, going against the new guys who aren't going to have that big pop. They're going to grab most of those ratings right off the bat just because everybody wants to see what it's all about.
Yep.
I mean, there's people like us that have the networks that watch NXT. You're going to get a bunch of new people that haven't watched NXT, a lot of younger fans that their parents will let them have the network. They love the WWE, so they're going to follow them. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting as it plays out. I mean, you have names like Jericho going against NXT guys, so it's...
Yeah, they had Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream.
But the thing is, some people don't know who they are.
King of Bros versus Kenny Omega.
Well, Matt Riddle, he's... I
don't give a crap about Matt Riddle.
Oh, wow.
I like when he was fighting in full.
The anger shifted.
Take, what's up?
I just don't care.
No?
I'm not totally against Matt Riddle, but I just don't care.
It just doesn't grab you.
It doesn't do anything for me at all. And put some goddamn boots on.
What?
Wow.
Wow.
Christ.
But Mr. Will.
I think we were discussing it pre-show where I said, I think it'll be very interesting because I think for a WWE property, it's the best they have going.
Yep.
The NXT always shines above anything the main roster's doing, 98% of the time.
Yeah.
Because it's all indie talent, former indie talent.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, no. Here's my thing. Everybody starts as an indie talent. You know what I mean? Don't they? Don't.
Not Randy Orton.
WWE guys.
Not Randy Orton.
Okay,
I mean,
Randy Orton.
Samoa Joe was on NXT. He was an indie.
Yeah, he was TNA.
But that's not really indie.
But okay. My new favorite.
Smaller known guys that
My new
known.
favorite number is 98% because 98% of the talent starts as an indie guy. Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, who'd you say? Samoa Joe, okay, AJ Styles, all right.
It's not really indie.
No, they weren't. They weren't. That's the 2% there. Those 4 guys out of the 400, there's your 2%. Anyway, but what I'm saying is, I think that the best product they have going is NXT. It's going against a new hot company that's
a lot of buzz.
With a ton of buzz. Their first 3 or 4 television shows are sold out already.
Yep.
The one in Washington, the one in Boston. I think there's
one in Philly.
Yeah, they're all sold. I think they're all sold out already. So you're going against that. My only thing is, I read an article on the interweb, so we all have to believe it, is that Vince might have his hand in it now. That to me just
scary.
Get the shovel out and bury it because it's gonna ruin it.
How pissed is?
Well, here's an aspect of it that I don't think many people have touched on, and that is that NXT, from everything that I've heard, is going to be a tape show. AEW is going to be live. Now
Are they going to go back to the days of WCW and give out who won the title?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Like, are they going to start dropping that shit?
Let me tell you what.
Oh, don't you turn over to the other channel, because in the next hour,
Yeah, you know what? It's going to be, but taking it from your thing, if you can,
I wouldn't doubt it. I would do it.
would you? I was going to say you would do it.
I'm the dirtiest player in the game right next to Ric Flair. I'll do it.
You know, I mean, it's like, hey, don't bother going over to NXT. Velveteen Dream is going to drop the title to Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I mean, why? You know,
Why not?
why would you? You know.
You know,
But I'm sure that does happen. I'm sure eventually NXT is going to go live.
Right.
eventually.
I mean, you know.
But that's added cost. I mean, not that they
Yes,
can't afford
true.
it, not that they can't afford it, but it's like, you know, it's one of those things where did we ever plan to spend this much money on
Oh,
NXT?
I think it comes down to how the ratings go.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they get
Yeah.
decent ratings, why not throw the couple bucks into it?
Right.
I mean, the XFL's around the corner, too.
Yeah. Well, give that.
Oh,
Like,
come on, Seattle Dragons all the way.
All 8 teams for, what, 6 games?
oh,
He hate me.
he hate me. Oh my goodness.
Hey, when
But-
you have a pro sports team that the creators of Dungeons and Dragons talk smack about them, that's fantastic.
But I mean, are we really hoping for like another Monday Night Wars, or are we just looking? Are we that desperate for something interesting to happen in the wrestling business to keep us engaged?
You know, that might be simply because WWE's the big boy on the block for so long,
Yeah.
and people kind of want to go back to when wrestling was great with the Monday Night Wars. It'll probably be a little bit the same, but not really the same at
Same,
all. It's
yeah.
you know, and
It got pretty dirty back then. I mean, it really did. I mean, you're
So is DX going to show up at taping with a tank? If they do,
well, the Young
win.
Bucks did that.
Young Bucks
did
Young
something
Bucks
like
did
that.
that.
yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, DX did it years ago with WCW.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everything's a rehash. Like, we need new shit.
Yeah.
I can only see Kurt Angle go to the ring with milk or Stone Cold with beer. It's the same shit over and over again. We need new shit.
Yeah. You know.
It's all the same storylines rehashed, just rewritten.
Okay, Will, go ahead.
Oh, I'm
Go ahead.
I'm taking it all in.
No,
I'm listening.
you have the. You know, I saw it when Will gets that look on his face.
Well, I'm agreeing. I'm just saying that, you know, I think that we need, how do I say this? We need something as wrestling fans. We are looking for something, just like he said, we are looking for something to keep our interest, because WWE's been big for so long that we need to have something.
We're not just looking, we're begging and pleading.
Because I'm so over WWE, and I'm so over all of it, you know, because it's the same crap every week, and we thought we were supposed to get changes and difference, and it's been since they had that
December, I think it was.
December, when Vince came out and said, we're going to change everything. You've changed nothing.
Yeah. And then you put out a good gimmick and you change it.
I'm surprised you didn't add a 4th hour to Monday.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, other than Bray Wyatt, because Bray Wyatt's kind of
Yeah, but now we're gonna tone them down.
No, they're not toning.
I hope not, because that's bullshit.
Ray,
Interweb lies.
we're
I
gonna
hope so. I really hope so.
We're gonna have a Raw pre-show, a 2-hour pre-show.
Yeah.
That's gonna start at like 6.
To be honest, I'm amazed they
Start
didn't
on
just
Sunday.
take Raw and expand it through Wednesday to compete with AEW.
Yeah.
Make it 1 week long episodic.
And this is
24-hour
one
show.
week long thing and just keep it going.
No, I mean it you know, in the back of my mind, it's like it's a shame that it's had to come to this, where it's like, you know what, I
I mean, things have to come to a head sooner or later
well,
with anything.
you know, it's kind of like you know, back then it's like, okay, Raw, SmackDown, Raw, but now all of a sudden MLW has their thing.
But it is only an hour.
It is only an hour, but still, I mean, it's something else.
It's something different, and they're doing great.
Impact is, well, they
If anybody has that channel.
let me see. Yeah, they're fading pulse. But it's you know, and we're just okay. Please give us something. Give us something to keep us engaged and not bring us back to the old days, but just, you know, make it worth
No, we need
watching.
to move forward from the old
I think we
days.
need to bring Black Craft Wrestling to NBC.
Hi, Pepper. What's up?
I agree. I
I don't know about NBC. I don't think they'd handle that. But
No.
I mean, it would have been nice if
TLC.
they just let AEW just go do its own thing I just because when you told me that they were doing that, I was like, oh, for Christ's sake.
But you know what though?
What's
Is
that?
this
Having NXT going against them.
No.
You know what
I mean,
it
it'll put a
is?
little pep back into the business and that, but it's like after
it's-
like a month or two, it's gonna be like, I'll just watch this one, then I'll flip, then maybe.
And now with DVR,
I think it's a
it
shot
doesn't even
back.
matter. You know, like we
Right.
can
Yeah,
watch.
it's like, yeah.
You know, I mean, but here's an oddball question: have the fans ruined it?
Fans ruined it a long time ago.
Yeah.
The internet ruined it. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
for all the good the internet has done, it also ruined shit. But
Yeah.
I think this all started. What Vince wanted to throw this back at them ever since when you put him in the corner with the whole MSG thing.
But that's not them though. That was Ring of Honor.
but
But
still,
it's still the Bucks,
still the same.
and I mean it was still the same shit. So I think that
Were the
that
Bucks
was
at
the
that show?
yeah,
yeah.
At
Yeah,
MSG?
yeah.
They were?
yeah.
I think that was the shot that was fired, and Vince is like, all right, screw these guys. I'm gonna muscle up, and now it's just who's flexing
I
bigger.
thought they got pulled off that show.
No.
No.
Well, let's put it this way: that show. Well, no, it was at the. Oh, you know what? They were not on.
They were
the
not
other-
that show. I
they
thought
were
so.
not
I
on
thought
it.
they were.
But
They were
however,
maybe supposed to be originally.
no, they were supposed to be. But that's what
Bubba Ray was the
AEW
one.
said.
That was the one where Enzo and Cash showed up. Remember?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
But let's put it this way: that did heighten things.
It stirred up the pot a little bit.
It stirred up the pot, not in his favor,
No.
as it turned out. But
Right.
but I think it's like you've been saying, they've been the big dog for so long
Yeah.
that they're not going to get knocked off a pedestal because nobody's big enough to knock them off a pedestal.
The pedestal will get shaved down a little bit.
But well, let's put
Like
it this
Sony
way.
taking Spider-Man back.
Well, let's put it this way. Fuck you, Sony. Anyway, but let's put it this way: they've gotten punched in the mouth.
Oh yeah.
They've gotten punched in the mouth. How do you respond? Are you going to sit there and fight back, or are you going to sit there
Hit 'em
and
with a
take it?
chair.
I mean, they're fighting back with what they believe is going to work. But
But the world's changed since Vince was running the world.
yeah.
Yep.
He's opened up his ears and listened to people like Triple H that run NXT that actually put on a great show.
And I feel bad for him. I mean, I really do feel bad for Triple H because there's a wrestling mind that if you give him full or just let him go. Yeah, just let him go, let him do his thing. He could probably turn that whole company into not what it was,
No, but
but
he
make
could-
it
yeah.
but make it better, far better
Yeah.
than what it is. But of course, Vince, and I'll use this phrase, you have to pry it out of his dead cold hands.
Literally.
Literally.
True.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully the XFL draw him away a little bit.
But you know what though? I think but in a way, it's great because now if it wasn't for Vince falling off, his programming falling off, we wouldn't have AEW. We wouldn't have all of these other options that are being presented to us. So in a way, thank you, Vince, for screwing it up.
Yeah. You could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.